Hi, I'm Andrew Madson. I'm a technical evangelist at Dremio, focused on analytics, machine learning, and AI. I'm thrilled to share the who, what, and why of data lakehouse table formats. In our data-driven world, organizations are collecting more data than ever. Customer transactions to the Internet of Things, sensor readings, social media interactions. But this huge deluge of data comes with a critical challenge. How do we store, manage, and analyze it efficiently? Now, we've had data warehouses, and data warehouses are fantastic. They'll provide us with storage, a table format, a catalog, some type of processing. And on the database side, we're going to have rows. On the data warehouse side, we're going to have columns. But not all data is in rows and columns. In addition, data warehouses require that you do an ETL process along the way, so you make different copies of your data as you move along. Now, Hadoop came as object storage and handled the challenge of different types of data, not just rows and columns. But what's challenging is that let's pretend these 10 Parquet files on the left really aren't just individual files, they should be a table. You need some kind of metadata, some knowledge that tells the system that this is a table. And the way that Hadoop with Hive did that was fairly inefficient. It often required that when you ran a query, it would scan the whole table, scan every file, regardless of whether that information was needed to fulfill the query or not. Very slow. And so a data lakehouse seeks to offer the type of benefits of a data warehouse, that beautiful table format, clean data, gold level application layer, but without all the overhead of having a data warehouse, because you can do it directly on the data lake. So it's an architecture pattern that provides the benefits of a data warehouse, but without all of the overhead. And you do that through a table format. So a table format is how you organize the metadata of your files that tells your query which files it needs to pull. So there's three main table formats. The first we'll talk about today is Apache Iceberg. Apache Iceberg comes from the Netflix. And so the founders of Apache Iceberg were working with tons of data at Netflix and found it incredibly inefficient to find it. And they wished that they could just do it right on the lake, be able to do a super fast query, but it wasn't really accessible. So they began building Apache Iceberg. And what Apache Iceberg does is that it's able to do its query plans and executions by a catalog, which organizes the metadata and then cascades down to files, manifests, and then the actual files in storage. As the query goes through, it's able to prune off lots of information, manifest lists, files that are not part of the query. Incredibly efficient, and it also brings ACID transactions, time travel, partitioning, all of these awesome benefits that we get from a data warehouse right on the data lake. And so the next table format that we can talk about is Apache Hudi. Hudi originates from Uber, which, as you can imagine, has tons of transactional data, really fast real-time data, and that's what Hudi really thrives at. So it's really focused on what's the most up-to-date value right now. It's not really interested in the historical snapshots. It aggressively gets rid of historical data and does real-time ingestion, thrives at it. Really great use case. And so Hudi tracks the commits along the timeline and is able to provide you the most up-to-date data super fast. And so in addition to Hudi, our last one is Delta Lake. Delta Lake comes from Databricks. And Databricks is really great at managing Spark. So if you have large Spark workloads, Delta Lake may be the one for you because that's really what it focuses on. Similar use case to Apache Iceberg, where they do time travel, they do partitioning. One difference between Delta Lake and Iceberg is that through Iceberg catalogs, you are able to do versioning at the table level, versioning at the catalog level, so bringing some of that Git-like functionality and data quality to your table. So Delta Lake is really great. It uses a different type of process in which it uses checkpoints to track the logs to return the data that you need. But all of these table formats enable you to have data warehouse-like capabilities directly on the data lake.